Morning everybody. Sun's nice and low this morning. Nice frost. Over the way. Over there, I don't know, you can still see the remnants of a fire that was somebody had lit this morning. Sort of like on the edge of the town where there's going to be more houses built. There's been a big pile of scrub there where they've sort of been cleaning up. And they lit that this morning, and then I don't know, somebody local must have called the fire department, and it's a volunteer fire department, so they wasted their time. But anyway, I've got a couple of little videos and some photos. I might flick that up on this just so you can see. But anyway, back out here this morning, got the doors open, getting some warmth back in here. It's not terribly cold, but it's pretty cool. So yeah, we'll get back into this tractor this morning. Unmask what needs to be unmasked, or Dad's actually done some of it. Oh, he's actually put the generator back on. Must have done that a little of that last night too, at one point, but I missed. But anyway, so yeah, we'll start to get this thing sorted and back together, and get that radiator painted a little bit later on when it warms up a bit. But I'll flick the camera around and just give you another wee shot of how things look this morning. Righty. So here we are this morning. Everything's sitting nicely tucked inside. So yeah, looks good. Obviously needs a wipe off and probably maybe quick polish for the bonnet and the tank. I might wet sand that and just give it another coat when we do the radar and stuff, and just see if I can get a slightly nicer finish on it now that's actually got a wee bit of product on it. These possibly should have been I had like a bit of a high build 2-pack primer on it, but it is what it is. It'll still look probably no worse than what it ever did when it was new. So yeah, just a matter of just sorting stuff out, cleaning some stuff up, start bolting things back together, and get it all sorted and get that radiator painted today. And we'll turn the bottom of that air cleaner box over and flick a bit of paint underneath there, and we'll just double check, make sure there's no little spots underneath. I'll have a wee crawl underneath and just make sure I haven't missed any silly little spots underneath it that I might be able to just mist a bit on just to colour it up, because it's not as though you're ever lying down underneath on your head trying to look at a tractor in somebody's collection. But we'll really look, just make sure there's no little areas that are showing the lighter sort of eggshell blue. Whether this is the 100% correct colour, but it's apparently closer to what it's meant to be. It's like, I wasn't around when this was made in 1936, and I don't have a colour chart, so it is what it is. Anyway, how we rolled that out, because obviously we can't start it, so we had boards out here yesterday, had some nice big long planks out there with a couple of packers underneath, just so we could roll it easy in and out, because it's not very, one of those things, it's not very easy to push in and out with being, like it's sort of still half engaged and you're trying to turn all the diffs. So yeah, like it's not an easy thing to push, but it's easy enough if you're not trying to climb up over that. So that's what we did. We laid some planks out there with a couple of packers and rolled in and out easy enough. So yeah, I guess I'll stop waffling. We'll get this thing back together at some point today. I've got to shoot away and do a medical to renew my truck licence. So if I happen to be needed to drive a truck here, when I find a job, I've got that back again, because it's the only licence I haven't been able to renew because I've had to do a medical. But I just wanted to get my car one and everything all sorted. Car and bike and loader and forklift and all those sorts of things. I've got all that already. I just got to do a medical for my truck, so I'll do that this morning, and then we'll get this back together. Dad will probably do a bit while I'm away, but Yeah, so I see he's unmasked these. We masked these up, so at least that, you know, looks like it should do. We took the mag off. Dad, I know he blew a little bit of black around that yesterday. He just, a few bits and pieces he touched up and painted black, like that. This little bracket, he painted that. You know, just little bits and pieces that obviously meant to be black. So yeah, we'll mask out that steering wheel today. We'll blow a bit of black around that. Just things like that, just bring them back up. And then we'll, at some point in the next few days, we'll get this back together running, and then we'll slide some paper or some cardboard or something in around all these hubs and gears and everything, so we're not getting red paint back over the rest of them. We'll apply some sheets or something on it to cover it up, and we'll flick some red in around here. We'll get that sorted, and that'll tidy all that up nicely. Righty, I'll stop waffling, and we'll start doing some stuff shortly. Righty, cheers. So the other thing we're going to do today too is make these up. We're going to remake this one because it's been repaired. So Dad's going to go around to one of the local sort of sheet metal sort of type places around here, engineering places, and get a couple of straps cut that are the right width and about a bit over 3 feet long or a metre long. So we've got plenty to make these little square pieces, and we'll reuse this piece. So we'll just drill the spot welds out or grind it off or whatever. But we'll leave it all made up until we've got the other pieces made, got them the right length, and then we'll just whip this off and add the bits on, and hopefully by that stage it'll be midday-ish or a bit after, and we'll have plenty of warmth back in to do a bit of painting again, and we'll get all this painted up as well. So we're going to make one without this piece and one with it. So we'll get them made and make them all look the same instead of the funny bit with had bolts on it through it before and all that sort of stuff. So that's something else we'll do today. We'll get all these things done, and hopefully I only have to do one more mix of paint. We'll wet sand that back with a bit of 500. Just let the sun come out for a wee bit longer. And yeah, we'll get a wee bit more heat into that, and then I'll give it a light rub back with some wet and dry. Possibly I'll give this a little, the ends of the tanks aren't too bad, it's mainly to the top, it just hasn't come up as nice as the bonnet bit. So we'll give that a light rub, and give it another coat, another sort of fairly nice wet coat. Get that ready to paint, and flick a little bit underneath the bottom of that. So I might get that sitting outside shortly too, and I'll just turn it up the other way. So I've just got to mist a bit across the bottom. And by the time we've got all these other bits made, we'll sort of figure out if we've missed anything else, and we'll get all those at the same time. And get some of these other pieces painted black again. Alright, catch you later on. So as you can see, like, it just needs a little flick on there, and just a couple of light coats across the bottom. It'll be golden, like it's not as though it's, again, unless you're lying on the floor, you're never gonna see it as long as it's got a bit of colour on it and it looks good. Should be golden. It's not a $300,000 show car, it's a good old tractor. So you might just flick a little bit of colour in there too. Yep. That should be alright. Yeah. It's got enough paint on it. I might just give it another wee flick later. So what I'm doing here, I'm just giving this tank a light sand with some bit of 500. I'm just not 100% happy with the finish. I just want to get a little bit flatter and smoother like the bonnet was. So I just got a little bit of water in here with a bit of soap, and just give it a rinse off, and I'm just going to give it a light sand. I've already done the other side of it. It doesn't need much, just enough to smooth it out. So when we give it another couple of coats, hopefully we get it a slightly better finish. Since we're going to paint the radiator and the bottom will have a little piece and some tank straps and stuff like that. Won't take much to flatten it out. Down now with 500. I just need to give it a decent prep before we paint it. We're going to have some lunch. Alrighty, let's have a wee look here. That looks better. They're fairly wet, nice and it's way better. Those are done, those are done. The back side of the radiator's done. Dad's making the tank straps at the moment, so I've got to go away and do it to an appointment, so that'll give that enough time to dry, and hopefully Dad will have those new tank straps made, and I can paint the other side of that and flick a bit on those tank straps and we should be done. That tank looks way better. Much happy with that. Much happy with that. Alrighty.
So it looks like it can work, but when you're plowing and spraying, if you can even hear me.
Conclusion for the day. So radiator's painted now, as you probably would have seen with the video footage of me doing these last little bits and pieces. We finished making the tank straps, flicked a bit of etch on them, and then quickly flicked a bit of paint on them. Hopefully that dries right and don't have any problems, because we did that pretty quickly. We're just running out of day, and it's only tank straps, so if we do happen to have a problem, it's not a biggie to repaint those little bits. We repainted the tank. I'm pretty happy with that now. It looks better than it did yesterday. Yeah, and just touched up those couple of bits. Painted the bottom of that other boxy looking thing, which is part of the air cleaner. So if you're wondering, I just thought, if you're wondering what my mask is, it's straight, good dog. It's this kit. Pretty sure they're available all around the world. and this is suitable for 2-pack paints and stuff, but they recommend that you put these back in the box every time you use them, because the filters keep working whether you're breathing through them or not, and they only last a certain amount of time. So what I do is, after I've been used these for a certain amount of time for spraying, I'll just use it for you doing sanding or something dirty. So the filters are still fine for filtering dust out, but it's the chemicals that come through them and stuff like that, the fumes that come through from spraying 2-pack, it's no good for you. But they will still work fine if you want to sand something dirty or something like that. So that is the mask that I use. So yeah, so I've stripped my gallons down, given them a basic clean. That's the one I used that one for to flick that bit of etch on. Saved me, just because I was trying to do things a bit quicker. I used that one for etch and gave it a quick rinse out, sprayed it out, and then I cleaned it properly just before. And I used my other one, my DeVilvis, for spraying the colour again. So yeah, that's all done. So I'll bang that video up, and then hopefully, I don't know, maybe after the weekend or something like that, depending on how we get on, we should get it all back together, I reckon. Probably tomorrow or day after, depending on what happens. And we're going to do those couple of touch-ups on the steering wheel and the fuel filter or oil filter, and just those couple of little pieces that we've got to respray black. But apart from that, we're good. She's done. Oh, and spray the wheels. But that's a minor thing. Like, we can basically put the whole thing back together and then just touch the wheels up, get some red, and do them. Righty guys, cheers. Thanks for watching. So again, hope you enjoyed that little painting episode, a bit closer. Hopefully the videos that I've done when I was chasing around spraying and holding the camera at the same time, this isn't too ugly and too terrible. But yeah, thanks. Again, like, subscribe, share my videos if you feel inclined. That'll help immensely, because that just gets the channel out there. And again, you guys that are watching and haven't subscribed, please do so. It makes a big difference. Like, would love to get to 1,000 subs for my first major step, because that means then I can, the little bit of money that I can get from that, I can put back into projects eventually when we get to States, or even if it's here, I can do, that'll help pay for something, help me get more stuff, so I can do tool reviews or whatever. That it all helps. So righty guys, cheers, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.